service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab Greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top on your CNC local page. The National Weather Service has two advisories for the Rochester region Monday. First, a high wind advisory until evening Monday. West winds will be from 25 to 35 miles per hour with some gusts to 50. That's enough to bring down tree limbs and power lines and to make it hard to maneuver high-profile vehicles. Those winds, together with low humidity, have led the Weather Service to declare a red flag warning from the lake shores to the southern tier. This is from mid-morning Monday until Monday evening. A red flag warning means critical fire weather conditions. Strong winds, warm temperatures, and very low relative humidities mean the potential for explosive wildfires to develop. A statewide ban on open burning continues in effect. Our regular gasoline price check via the AAA and the Oil Price Information Service finds the average price for regular unleaded in the Rochester area has pushed over the $4 a gallon mark. It's now $4.07 per gallon, up from $4.02 a week ago and $3.92 last month. That's up by a nickel in just the past week. Still a good way from the record high price set in 2008. That was $4.25 a gallon. The statewide average price is just over $4.14 a gallon for regular unleaded now. That's up 6 cents over the past week, 15 cents a gallon over the past month. A professor of psychology at the University of Rochester has co-authored a study which says homophobia is more pronounced in people who feel an unacknowledged attraction to others of the same sex. Richard Ryan worked on a study of the role that both parenting and sexual orientation play in fear of homosexuals. The study was conducted by a team from the University of Rochester, the University of Essex, England, and the University of California in Santa Barbara. Ryan says people who feel hatred towards gays are more likely to have a discrepancy between unconscious attraction to the same sex and what they're consciously aware of.
Those people who have such discrepancies, who really have a split between their unconscious attraction and what they consciously say about themselves, are more likely to come from authoritarian homes. If you're a parent who really strongly believes your child should be heterosexual, and then you use whatever means you can to convince them that they're only good and worthy if they are, this would be very controlling. This creates a lot of conflict in the child, and what we see in this study is one way that gets resolved is by then being discriminating or hateful towards gay and lesbian others.
Professor Ryan says in many cases, these are people who are at war with themselves, and they are turning the internal conflict outward. The findings may help to explain the personal dynamics behind some bullying and hate crimes directed at gays and lesbians. The research also sheds light on high-profile cases in which anti-gay public figures have been caught engaging in same-sex acts. U.S. Representative Louise Slaughter is undergoing rehabilitation at Strong Memorial Hospital after breaking her leg last week in New York City. Slaughter's office issued a statement over the weekend saying the Congresswoman has returned to Rochester for rehab after hospitalization. A spokesman for Strong said Slaughter is expected to be discharged within a week. Her staff says the Congresswoman hopes to be back in the House when it resumes session on April 16th. RIT students will test their puzzle-solving abilities against 6 other schools in the annual Microsoft Puzzle Challenge. They'll meet April 14th at the Center for Student Innovation against representatives of schools including Carnegie Mellon, Cornell, and Stanford. More than 100 teams will compete this year, trying to solve as many puzzles as they can in 8 hours. Winners get Xbox game consoles. To the left of this window are links to more information on these and other stories. Next news as it happens on CNC with updates when necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.